McKinney, Texas, um, because I'm a father, right? I'm a father, and I have young children. And you know what? Let's. If this had been my child, my daughter in particular, that the cop placed his 200-pound body on top of, this would have been so problematic. I don't want to describe what I would do because I don't like to hype up myself and try to make myself something more than I'm not. But I think anybody who's a father, who's a parent, would have been completely would have lost it. A police officer or not, we don't. Here's my thing: when the police don't have respect for the law, or even worse, when police don't have respect for human life, then why should we have this? Why should we stand in awe? Why should we have to stand by and watch them behave like animals? Because that's what this idiot acted like. Right? He came in on the scene. The first thing this man did was a barrel roll. Some people say he tripped. I didn't see him trip. I saw him super excited about the opportunity to run down some juveniles, and they came in a barrel roll. And he completely escalated the situation to the point where people should have feared for their lives. You know, a lot of people always try, not even a lot of people, there's a set group of people who always say, well, if you didn't do anything wrong, then you shouldn't have run, right? But when you have police running in as if it's the end of the world, like this is what he's been waiting for. Let me tell you why this guy had lost his mind. He took this video and posted it on his YouTube channel. He was completely proud of what he did, every bit of it. He felt emboldened by the fact that he was able to toss around a 14-year-old girl, so much so that he placed it on his YouTube channel. These are the type of animals that are protecting and serving the community. What community were they protecting and serving? And so there's another video that shows how everything started. And you see two grown white women, which they were white, attacking or fighting a young black girl. And so this is what they call the police on. Now, the young man who did the video, the original video, the one that that most of everyone is sharing, he said something very clear. He said that when the police showed up, they didn't stop everyone. They picked out everyone that was brown. They picked out the Arabs, they picked out the Mexicans, and they targeted the blacks. Those police officers came in specifically to target the young black people. So here we are, a confrontation between adults, two grown women fighting a young girl. Now they call the police, and the police don't come to help the young girl who was being assaulted by these two grown women. They come in to save the white people from the black and brown people. This is problematic on so many levels. The other thing is they just had a press conference dealing with this, and you can already tell that they're positioning every way possible to get this police officer to justify what this police officer did. You could already see it. You could already see an emotion, and that's par for the course. That's sadly to say, that is exactly what you expect from police nowadays. And so here's my problem. If there's any way that what this man did is acceptable under the law, then damn it, change the laws, because this is not acceptable from a human being to treat a grown man, to treat a young girl like this without any. Not only was she a young girl, but a young girl in a two-piece bathing suit, half naked, tossing her around by the hair. If the law justifies this, then there's something wrong with the law. So all of these people on my channel who are sounding off and saying, oh, they shouldn't have run and this is the law and all this kind of stuff, go completely to hell quickly. Go to hell, because if this is okay to you, then something's wrong with you. If this is acceptable to you, then something is wrong with you, right? So I want you to understand that. You could just leave my channel, unlike my page or whatever, unlike the video, dislike, thumbs down, and just go on with your perverted sense of justice. If you think this is okay, there's something wrong with your mindset, because you do not treat children like this of any color. Now ask yourself the question, two things. If this was your child, would you think it was okay? Two, if this was a white child, do you think this would have been allowed? Do you think this would have been? Here's a third question, and this is for the McKinney Police Department. Why did you wait until social media had to make this an issue before you came out and made a statement? You would have completely brushed this underneath the carpet, and this police officer would have shared it on his Facebook page and would have made it seem as though he was heroic, which means he uploaded this in police training. So he was going to train more of your police officers with this bullshit. He was going to teach other officers that the behavior that he showed on Friday was acceptable. So, McKinney Police Department, why did you wait until today, until social media blew up in your face, to actually say something about this? That is where I have the most problem. The biggest problem is because now you're coming out and you're trying to seem as if this is justified. You're trying to make it seem as if this is okay, or not even okay, but you're trying to make it seem like he did everything by the book. And obviously he did not. It's clear. And if that was according to the book, then there's something wrong with your book. And that's what we've been saying all along. All of these police officers who've been getting away with all of these incidents of killing people. Here's the other thing. And I didn't come up with this on my own. I'm not going to take credit for this. There's about 3 people on Twitter that I saw that did this first. When you juxtapose what happened in Waco, Texas, with about 170 biker gang members, gangbangers, whatever. I can't even say it. I'm sorry. I've had a couple tonight. But when you juxtapose how the police treated them to how they treated teenage kids, these guys treated these kids as if they were terrorists, whereas they treated those bikers as if they were gentlemen, and they just had a little disagreement, and they just, all they did was just they just shot and killed 11 people. But that's okay. Sit down on the curb. You could check your text messages. We're not going to put you in handcuffs. We're going to treat you like a human being. But these 14 and 15-year-old kids, we're going to treat them like animals. We're going to treat them like dogs. If this is okay in someone's mind, then there's something dramatically wrong with your thinking capacity. You are less than human. You cannot watch this video and justify this unless you honestly think it's okay because the black people had to have done something wrong. Right? Those black kids had to have done something wrong to earn this type of treatment. And that's the way you continuously justify all of the different incidents that we're now just privy to. This is not new. This is not something new that just started happening. This has been happening throughout American history. It's just now we have cameras to capture it. That's it. Bottom line, hands down. Now, listen, if anyone wants to join the conversation, I'm not going to stay long on this one, but you can join the conversation, 857-600-0518. You can sound off, give me your opinion, let me know what you think, because I know there's a lot of emotional people out there. People are sounding off on YouTube about it, and the comment section is blowing up, but there's a lot of opinions on it, and I don't understand. What I don't understand is why there's any argument. What is there to argue about? If these kids crashed the party, do they deserve to be treated like this because they crashed the party? Or do you think that, you have to justify something. See, kids crash parties all the damn time across the United States. Every single day, somebody is crashing someone else's party. So are the police going to treat every single one of them like this? Absolutely not. So what is the justification? Why would you excuse this type of behavior? Why would you excuse and try to justify this type of behavior? You know why? Because people all of the time, in their mind, they rationalize this type of behavior based on the fact that they think that those black people did something to earn their own execution. They did something to earn their the police treatment that they have. There's not a single case for some people wherein the police acted poorly. And so we had to have earned it. You can call in 857-600-0518. I probably won't keep the lines open long simply because it's late, and a lot of people are sounding off about this all over the nation already, and they're talking about it on social media, and a lot of people are a little timid about calling it. So anyway, That's really what's bothering me about this. The fact that this police officer uploaded it to his YouTube page proudly. He was proud about what he did. And then the fact that the police chief did not do a press conference until social media sounded off. If it was not for social media, this would not be a national issue right now. They would never have said anything. This would have got swept under the rug if not for social media. And so we need to be grateful for all the people who made this go viral as quickly as it did. And we'll see what happens. But, unfortunately, I think what's going to happen is simply this. They're going to do some type of formal reprimand on this guy's record, and he's going to be right back out on the streets doing his thing, because that's how our legal system, our so-called justice system, actually operates. This guy can throw a 14-year-old girl around like a rag doll. And here's the biggest catch of all. They did not arrest anyone except for one guy who was interfering with police authority or whatever. I forgot what the exact charge. But out of all the people that they arrested, even the 14-year-old girl that they handcuffed, rather, they did not arrest a single person. So you tell me, what did they do so wrong to get treated so badly, only to be released later? Turned over into the hands of, what did they do that this police officer had to come running in, charging in like Call of Duty, do a barrel roll, take out his gun on unarmed kids in bathing suits, only to release them later and not arrest anyone? That's the type of bull that we're dealing with in the United States of America. And the legal system is, quite frankly, on this guy's side. And he very likely is going to get off without any ramifications. Matter of fact, if the social media had not sounded off the way it did, no one would have even known about this incident at all whatsoever. And so McKinney police let this guy upload this on his YouTube page inside of the folder of police training. And no one was going to say anything different about it until social media stepped up. All right, folks, I'm going to shut it down now before I say something that I'll be held accountable for later on. It's just a frustrating situation. I had a couple of people tune in, but I just want to make sure I sounded off on this. This is Benjamin Dixon from The Benjamin Dixon Show. We'll be broadcasting live in the morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks a lot, guys.